let's get into it. Let's do my quote unquote first hot take. Maybe not my first one, but this has to be one of the more divisive hot topics that I have either talked about, discussed on social media with other people, or seen people get upset about. And that's the topic of NFTs. If you don't know what an NFT is, an NFT is a non-fungible token which exists on the blockchain. It's a very unique piece of coding that people attach to artwork or music or video or some piece of, media that they can consume. What makes that so important is, in this day and age, in the landscape of artists and designers, is people are making millions of dollars, probably close to billions by now, in the marketplace, which is a good thing for artists. Because traditionally, when people make art, people get lowballed in their art a lot. And I say that's a good thing, but there are a lot of downsides to it which need to be addressed if this thing is going to keep continuing, is going to survive. I see the utility in having something, introducing scarcity to something that that isn't scarce at all, but there's also a bit of absurdity to it. When we talk about the NFT phenomena, it's important to remember that the artists that we know and love, or that we respect, that get into the market, want to make a living. They want to make more money, like most people do. The dark side of that is, that there's a dark side to most things, is there's a huge environmental impact, and unfortunately there's a shit ton of scams out there and rug pulls in this space. I believe it's a scam. I believe it's a Ponzi scheme. I believe that when you see a piece in the social space blow up, it's usually because somebody that is trusted, a social media influencer, has already come in and said, this piece of work, this NFT is worth, $400,000. And my entire problem with this is, I'm looking at this artwork, I'm looking at these pieces, and art is very subjective. Pieces of fine art that sold for millions of dollars that I wouldn't spend $5 on because they don't look good. I'm not inspired by it. It looks like trash to me. And that's the subjectivity of art and how people can interpret how much value is accompanied to it. The problem with NFTs is that people are looking to make money off of them almost immediately, and there lies the problem. People are looking at these pieces of art as investment. Now, if you find your favorite designer or artist putting something out and they're offering something physical with it, or you're going to have a great emotional connection to this piece, I say buy it if you want to buy it. But here's the part that's going to be kind of messed up. If you are looking at these pieces as monetary investment, you could be in for a world of pain, because as you can see, these things go up and down in value like crazy. And the even darker side of that is, as I've been following the crypto market and following people that buy into crypto and talk about crypto a lot, there's a lot of shady people stealing money from people through nefarious means, social media influencers, and they're taking that money and buying these high value crypto NFTs, like crypto punks, and then selling them immediately to unknown buyers, just a crypto wallet. And that is basically a form of money laundering, more or less. You're taking some money that you got through illicit means, through scamming your community or your supporters, taking that money, buying something with it, and then selling that crypto punk for a few $100,000 or whatever. And when I see these pieces that are in the market, these pixel art pieces, which I've been approached on dozens of times, which kind of the pushiness of people that are in the crypto space can be very disheartening. not disheartening, it'd be very standoffish and make me not like something even more when like, you should do this, you should do that, you should just mind your fucking business, yo. I don't see the value in it. I, as a designer, I am a problem solver by trade. I don't make fine art for people to hang on their walls. People take some of the art I make and they hang it on their walls, but I don't. That's not really what I do. I kind of create things because I have a great joy of making small things, and I share them with people, mostly free of charge. But I also help people. I help people make more money. That's my goal. I design things to help your business make more money. When people want to buy something I've made, to hold on to it, that it may make more money in, as an investment, that's where I myself find the greatest issue. Outside of all the drawbacks, the scams, the environmental impact, etc., etc., etc. If you are only interested in buying something from me that is going to gain value in 6 months, and it's not for your own personal enjoyment, it kind of leaves me as a creator in a space of, this value is only attached to the code and not what I'm currently making, because this thing is going to be unique to you. This is not a special piece that I'm designing for you. This is a piece of artwork or an animation that you could take and copy and put into your folder, and no one would ever know. But the code is the important part. That makes it unique. That is the unique aspect of NFTs, and I don't think that's super interesting. Or why would I buy that? Because it's going to be worth something in a day or 2 months. Typically, if you're going to make money in this space, you have to first mint your piece, which could cost upwards of $300 to mint one item. And a lot of artists that are getting into crypto are minting these pieces, and they're not moving, they're not selling, and they're paying these gas prices for no reason. And that's about 90% of the NFT market, is just people minting items or objects or pieces of art that are not moving at all. And you will see these YouTubers or these social media people tell you that, I flipped these 8, and when people start saying flip, this takes me back to the 2008 housing market where everything crashed. People were buying houses and trying to flip them, and that bubble popped. I was around for that. It was messy. I feel like we're approaching something that's going to be almost similar. And I could be wrong. I'm not a financial advisor, but it gives me pause. It gives me great pause when you attach value to something that, as an investment, it's a form of gambling. Stock trading is a form of gambling. Investing is a form of gambling. And gambling is addictive. Gambling is addictive. I don't want artists, because you're gambling and the artist is gambling. They're gambling on this money that they've invested to mint this item on NFTs is going to make money. And they may lose that bet. Unless you have an influence behind these pieces, there's a good chance that you're not going to make that money back. Or the inverse, you get excited about a project and you've invested in it, and all the creators behind this project delete their social media accounts. The project disappears or evaporates. It goes to the ether. And you're left holding this bag of regret. Over, I believe it's something between like $5 or $6 million have been scammed in the past 3 or 4 months in rug pulls. These are called quote unquote rug pulls, where people get excited about a project, they invest in it, and then that account, those people, they're all gone. They took the money and ran. That's like $9 million gone in over the course of like 90 days through different various scams. And there's always gonna be suckers. I've been suckered before on things. You've been suckered before on things. We've all been suckered before on things. And I don't see this turning out very well. Now, I don't see this turning out very well for the creators or the people that are investing in these things in the long run, because in the end, someone's gonna be holding the bag on this. There are people that are making money. Some artists are making bank. They're making hella money. At the end, somebody's gonna be holding this piece of digital artwork, and the hype's gonna die down. And they've invested hundreds of thousands of dollars. Like, I got this CryptoPunk. Well, yeah, what's it worth? Oh, it's worth 5.3 million. You should buy it from me. But why? What gives it value? The society makes it valuable. The same way our cash in our wallets doesn't really have any value. It's paper that we've assigned value to. The only reason it has value is because we as a community or society has deemed it valuable. Crypto and NFTs are exactly the same way. Only problem is no one's regulating it. And that's the allure of cryptocurrency, and the allure of NFTs is that it's decentralized and it's unregulated. That's how you kind of have more scams taking place. And that's one of the dangers I see in NFTs. I could make something that is comparable, and this is another thing. This is the other thing. The barrier to entry, skill-wise, is very low. I'm not saying all art should be highly skilled, because art is an expression of yourself. But if I can recreate what you made and sold for $50,000 in less than 15 minutes, I'm not impressed. And I'm not sure why anybody would be impressed. So that brings me to the point that the art has no value, really, to me. I'm not sure why it's valued to anybody else except for the people that are actually pushing the agenda that is actually valuable. So if you say it's valuable and you're excited about it, if I make the exact same thing and put it on, let's say 1-to-1, I change a few details, or I make it, the same amount of the same quality of the artwork, I'm not gonna sell it for the same price that guy is, because that person has a social media influencer backing up this project. He's getting in front of more eyes and getting people excited about it. I'm excited about XYZ, and you will see that on most YouTube videos. Get in on this while you can. Me and the boys are very excited about backing this project, and therein lies the problem. It's not really a game of equality. It's not really a game of getting creators their due recognition. It's about people pumping the value of these digital assets that are not unique. The code's unique, but they're not unique. You can take it off. You can take a picture of it. You can copy paste it. You can right click it. You can save it. That's not the value. The value is the code attached to it. And the code attached to it has value for what reason? That is scarce. And scarce code to me means nothing. And this might be just an older person just thinking about these things. But I don't see this going very far. And I know people are making lots of money. And I may get left in the dust on this. But I think at some point, people just have to come out and say, well, why is this value? Why is this valuable to you, and why should it be valuable to me? And I've asked people this, why is this valuable to me? I'm like, oh, because you can make money. And I'm like, and? Well, it makes your item unique. But why is that important to me, that something I attach a code to is unique? I'm a problem solver. I help people make money through their brandings, their YouTube videos, their social media standing, their companies, X, Y, and Z. So I think that's where I'm kind of just, I have to say, no fucking thanks, yo. This is NFT thing. Just no fucking thank you. I don't see it going very far, and it feels like people are. It's kind of like a pyramid scheme. People are telling you at the top, if you invest in this thing, you invest in our company, you're gonna make so much money, and you can. But then there's people under you buying those things that are excited about what you just bought, and they're trying to buy those things too. and eventually you're gonna get to the bottom, and somebody's gonna be holding this large check. Well, it's not check. This large piece of debt that will mean nothing, or may mean a lot. I'm just saying it's an investment. I'm not a financial advisor, but it sounds super risky to me. So that's my hot take. I don't believe in my artwork personally being minted as NFTs because I don't see the value in it. I thought about minting the NFT of maybe the tweet with the Bernie meme because it got like 90,000 retweets or whatever. Like, I can make a bag off of that, and I probably still could, but people have seen it, people have right clicked, people have saved it. The value is, to me, isn't making money off of that item. The value to me is we all came together and had a good laugh or a good chuckle or a good piece of nostalgia with it. Everything should not boil down to gambling on investing in something to make more money, because investments are risky and it is a form of gambling. It's a form of legal gambling. So be careful out there. I know the allure of making more money is super interesting and it's super tempting, but you don't want to invest everything you have or invest things you can't afford to invest in because you may lose it all. And you can see these kind of stories all over the internet about cryptocurrencies that fold, or coins that came on the market, like the Save the Kids coin, and you fill in the blank of all these random cryptocurrencies that came out. The same thing can go with these NFTs. These things could be super hot, but you have to ask yourself the question: well, what's the intrinsic value? Like, what purpose does it serve after you've bought it? You can't hang it up, you can't hold it, you can't touch it. But everyone can own a version of it, except for the code attached to it. So that's where I'm gonna leave it at that. I'm gonna give up this hobby horse of NFTs because I may be missing something here, but they don't seem super important, even though people are making money. I mean, people make money off of stupid stuff all the time. Somebody taped a banana to a wall and made millions. It doesn't have any value outside of the duct tape and the banana. So, this has been my TED Talk. On that note, it's last week for a hoodie pre-order, which is a real physical item you can actually buy in the real world and actually own. It has no more value than that, though. It's just a hoodie to keep you warm. So, I'll leave the link in the description. Yesterday and today were my first days off from not having any rush work, so I'm taking it nice and easy these 2 days, and we'll be back to the grind tomorrow. But you guys have a great one. Thanks so much for coming by. And if you get about investing in NFTs, do your research, and be very careful where you spend your money. Till next time.